What is going on, everyone? Now that the Houston Texans have trimmed their roster down to 53, I think we should take a look at who is going to be the starters on offense, who is going to be the starters on defense for your 2023 Houston Texans. So without further ado, welcome everyone to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. And if you are new here to the channel, welcome. Just hit 7K subscribers a couple of weeks ago, trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the season. Please help me get there, and thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Now, your play caller on offense is going to be new offensive coordinator Bobby Slowik, who the Houston Texans hired from the San Francisco 49ers. I am very high on Bobby Slowik. From what I've seen from practice, training camp, and the preseason, the Houston Texans offense is going to be run first, but running to set up the pass, right? Where have we seen or heard about this before? Well, if you ask our boy Harley from the lead, he is going to say, look back to when Gary Kubiak was running this Houston Texans offense, using the run to set up the pass. So much pre-snap movement, confusing the opposing defense. You're going to see that here with Bobby Slowik, and we saw it against the Saints in that touchdown drive led by CJ Stroud. You used Damien Pierce pretty much the entire drive. He got you all the way down to the goal line, and then the Houston Texans ran a play action pass where Nico Collins was wide open running across the middle. That is the type of play and scheming that Bobby Slowik is going to bring to the Houston Texans offense. I am excited for it, man, and I am excited to see what Bobby Slowik does for this Houston Texans team. Your starting quarterback is going to be the second overall pick in this year's draft, CJ Stroud. No surprise there. He wins the quarterback competition that the Texans were having during training camp, beating 30-year veteran Davis Mills. Shout out to CJ Stroud, man. What is he going to bring this year for the Houston Texans? What are his stat projections? You guys let me know down below. What do y'all think CJ Stroud's stat line is going to be? But I am excited that number 7 is starting week 1 against the Baltimore Ravens. Your starting running back is going to be Damien Pierce, number 31, was almost running away with the Offensive Rookie of the Year award until he got hurt. And if you guys are a betting and gambling man, if you go to Prize Picks, you see that they have Damien Pierce under 6 touchdowns. I think it's 5.5. And they also have him under 1,000 yards. I think it's 963 total yards they predict Damien Pierce getting. I am smashing the over on both those categories. I am very high on Damien Pierce. I think he is going to have a 1,200-yard season with 8+ touchdowns. I am smashing the Pro Bowl, All-Pro nod for Damien Pierce. He is going to be special in year 2 for the Houston Texans. Your starting offensive line, this is where it gets tricky. We know that Lermy Tunsil is set at left tackle. However, this is from Aaron Wilson. Texans are still working through who will play left guard against the Ravens per Nick Caserio. Nick Caserio, he spoke to the media today. He had some stuff to say about Kenyan Green. This is another quote from Aaron Wilson. On Kenyan Green, Nick Caserio said, plan is just to get him ready for 2024. He played last year, got good experience, had some good plays, some bad plays. Some more quotes from Aaron Wilson. Kenyan Green IR matter of if not when this was going to happen, Nick Caserio said. He was dealing with a lot of things physically, shoulder surgery upcoming, and things on a personal level as well. Sounds like Kenyan Green is having a hard time adjusting to the NFL. Head coach D'Amico Ryans talked about Kenyan Green. This is from Cody Stutes. Kenyan Green did a really good job rehabbing according to Ryans. Said he pushed through a lot of things, difficult training camp, expects him to bounce back. And then as we end talking about Kenyan Green, this is from Aaron Wilson. Texans coach D'Amico Ryans on Kenyan Green. He went out and gave his all every day of camp and really pushed himself. I'm proud of Kenyan. So it sounds like D'Amico Ryans has some faith in Kenyan Green. It doesn't seem like that from general manager Nick Caserio. Kenyan Green was a first-round pick last year. You have some fans already labeling him as a bust. When you look at the talent that was passed, man, there was a lot of names there. However, I am not giving up on Kenyan Green. I wish him the very best, and I know he is going to dominate when he comes back for year 3. Now, left guard, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Josh Jones, who the Houston Texans traded for from the Arizona Cardinals, who has played all over the offensive line? Is it going to be Kenyan Green, who you just traded for yesterday from the Pittsburgh Steelers? He is a center/guard. At the center position, Juice Scruggs is injured. We do not know if he is going to be healthy by week 1. That's why someone asked about Titus Howard, if he is able to play left guard. Head coach D'Amico Ryans had said the only thing Titus Howard needs to worry about is getting healthy. It definitely sounds like Titus Howard is becoming a necessity for this offensive line. He needs to be ready by week 1 with all these injuries. But who is going to be your left guard, your center? I don't know. Your right guard is going to be Shaq Mason. I know that for sure. Shaq Mason has had a solid camp and a solid preseason. Your right tackle, I mean, you hope it's Titus Howard. If he does go to left guard, are you having George Fant at right tackle? He's played right tackle and left tackle his career. We thought coming in that this offensive line was going to be a strength for the Houston Texans. And just in a matter of in a week and a half, there were so much injuries. We don't know if we're going to have a complete offensive line by week 1. We are scraping the waiver wires. Are the Houston Texans going to make another trade? I don't know. Your starting tight end is going to be number 83, Dalton Schultz. Now, DJ Bieniemy said that it would not surprise him if Dalton Schultz leads the Houston Texans in targets this year. I am expecting a lot from Dalton Schultz. I have a hot take. I think he might be your leading receiver for the Houston Texans this year. I am that high on Dalton Schultz. Your wide receivers, your 3 wide receivers, who do I think is going to be 1, 2, and 3? From what I've seen in the preseason, I think Nico Collins is going to end up as your number 1 wide receiver. If you look at how he's played against the Patriots, Dolphins, and Saints, he has been targeted a lot. Recently against the Saints, that deep ball, which he should have came down with, the touchdown, obviously, from CJ Stroud. Against the Dolphins, he was targeted, I believe, 4 times by CJ Stroud. Nico Collins is going to have a lot of targets thrown his way. What is he going to bring this season? Is he going to step up? I don't know, but I hope Nico Collins rises up to the occasion. Your number 2 wide receiver, I think, is going to be Tank Dell. Tank Dell has been electric ever since being drafted by the Houston Texans. When I had the chance to go out there in training camp, when he is out there with Tank Dell, he is his number 1 option. He creates so much space and separation, and it is hard to, bring him down with just one defender. Tank Dell is going to make people miss. Y'all saw it in that punt return, how special he is with the ball in his hands. Now, your 3rd wide receiver, I think, is going to be veteran Robert Woods. Landry Locker caught it right before free agency started. Bring in Robert Woods. He knows this style of offense. He's been successful in it before. I am excited for what Robert Woods is going to bring to this Houston Texans offense. But to me, these are your starters on offense for the Houston Texans. You guys let me know how you guys are feeling, what you guys are thinking about. And as always, for more Houston Texans content, follow me for more. You guys have a very blessed day.